February 9th, 2004. A quiet winter evening, a lonely road, and one car sitting in the snow. When police arrived only minutes later, the driver was gone. No footprints leading into the forest, no phone call asking for help, no confirmed sighting. It was as if she had simply disappeared. Her name was Maura Murray. More than 20 years later, investigators, journalists, and thousands of people online are still asking the same question. What really happened that night? Before we continue, this video is based on publicly available information about the case. Some details remain uncertain, and where investigators have not reached a conclusion, we'll clearly distinguish between confirmed facts and theories. Maura was a 21-year-old nursing student. Friends described her as intelligent, athletic, and generally private. On the day she disappeared, she emailed professors saying she would be away for about a week because of a family emergency. However, investigators later said they found no evidence that such a family emergency had actually occurred. Packed some personal belongings, withdrew cash from an ATM, and purchased a small amount of alcohol before leaving town in her car. What happened after that would become one of America's most discussed missing person cases. But the strangest part, she may have spoken to someone just minutes before she vanished. And that conversation would raise even more questions. Just before police arrived, a local resident driving a school bus stopped near the crashed car. He later told investigators that he spoke with Maura for a short time. According to his account, she appeared shaken, but not seriously injured. He offered to call emergency services. Maura reportedly declined the offer and said she had already contacted roadside assistance. Investigators later said there was no evidence that such a call had been made from the scene. The school bus driver continued home and contacted emergency services. By the time officers reached the location only a short while later, Maura was gone. Her car remained. Her belongings were still inside, but there was no confirmed sign of where she had gone. Investigators searched the nearby area, including roadsides and wooded sections. Search teams worked in difficult winter conditions. Despite those efforts, no conclusive evidence revealed what happened after she left the vehicle. Over the years, several possibilities have been discussed. One idea is that she chose to leave the area on foot to avoid immediate contact after the crash. Another possibility raised by some observers is that she accepted a ride from someone passing by. Others have suggested she may have encountered an unknown person after leaving the scene. These are theories discussed publicly over the years. None has been proven as the definitive explanation. That uncertainty is one reason this case continues to attract attention decades later. Even today, investigators and independent researchers continue to review information in hopes that new evidence could one day provide answers. And then, another detail came to light, one that made the mystery even more difficult to explain. As the days turned into weeks, the search grew larger. Investigators, trained search teams, and volunteers combed the surrounding area, hoping to find any clue that could explain what happened after the crash. But despite those efforts, no conclusive trace of Maura was found. The lack of physical evidence made the case unusually difficult to solve. Over time, investigators reviewed phone records, financial activity, and interviewed people connected to the case. Yet none of those steps provided a clear answer about where she went after leaving her vehicle. As the years passed, several theories continued to circulate. One theory suggests that Maura intentionally left the area and started a new life. However, investigators have publicly stated that they have not found verified evidence supporting that conclusion. Another theory is that she became lost in the cold after leaving the road. Search teams looked extensively in the nearby area, but no search can guarantee that every possible location has been examined. A third possibility is that she encountered another person after leaving the crash scene. This idea has often been discussed because no one can say with certainty what happened during the short period between the witness leaving and police arriving. But again, no suspect has been officially charged in connection with Maura's disappearance, and no single theory has been confirmed by investigators. That's what makes this case so different from many others. It isn't just the disappearance, it's the unanswered questions. Why did she decide to leave that day? Why did she tell others there was a family emergency? And what happened during those missing minutes? Even after more than 2 decades, those questions remain unanswered. In the final part, we'll look at why this case continues to fascinate millions of people and what investigators are still hoping to discover. More than 20 years have passed, yet the disappearance of Maura Murray remains one of America's most discussed missing person cases. New tips have been reported over the years, Investigators have continued to review information, re-examine evidence, and follow leads whenever possible. But despite those efforts, no official explanation has answered the central question: what happened after Maura left her car? Perhaps the most unsettling part of this mystery is how ordinary it seemed at first. A single car crash, a quiet road, a cold winter night. Nothing about those moments suggested that they would become the beginning of a mystery discussed for decades. Some believe the answer is hidden in evidence that has not yet been found. Others think someone may still know exactly what happened but has never come forward. At this point, those ideas remain speculation. What is certain is that the case is still widely followed and continues to generate public interest. Cases like this remind us that not every investigation ends with a clear conclusion. Sometimes the most difficult mysteries are the ones that leave almost no trace behind. If new, verifiable evidence is ever discovered, it could change our understanding of this case completely. Until then, the question remains, what really happened to Maura Murray on that cold February night? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. But remember to distinguish between evidence and personal theories, and keep the discussion respectful. If you enjoy well-researched mystery and true crime documentaries, subscribe for more stories based on publicly available information. Thanks for watching.